Hi everybody, this is Glenn, the webmaster of CayennePepper.info. I'm here to promote a new website today, bestcolon-cleanse-secrets.com, and in light of that, I want to share with you a colon cleansing drink that very few people in the world know about. This drink is very inexpensive. Number two, it's made up of readily available ingredients. In fact, it only has 3 ingredients that it requires, and I'm going to show you how to make it here right now. The 2 ingredients that it requires are psyllium husks and slippery elm. That's it. Okay, I'm going to show you how to make it now. Psyllium husks, sometimes called psyllium seed, but that's the same thing essentially. What I'm going to do, oh, and by the way, I did mention a third ingredient. The third ingredient is liquid. There are a number of advantages to this drink. Number one, it will give you a very large bowel movement. I'm going to put in 2 very large tablespoons of psyllium husks here. That should do it. And I'm going to put in about 1 tablespoon of slippery elm powder. It doesn't have to be heaping, just a normal sized amount. As you can see there, that should do it. Once you do that, let's just mix these up. There are a lot of colon cleanse products in the market now. When I first learned about this back, I'm going to date myself with this, but back in 1982, very few people even thought about colon cleansing. Very few. And this drink was taught to me by a master herbalist. And the drink is very powerful. It will give you a very good movement. But getting back to my core point, there are a lot of colon cleanse products in the market today. Some of them are really good, some of them are bad. Here's one good one, and I'm not promoting it, I'm just telling you I've used it. It's called Colonix. It works really well. I like it. But the problem is it's very expensive, and it's way overpriced in my opinion, because I know the ingredients that they use. They're all basically herbal ingredients, and they're very inexpensive. You're paying for insurance and profit and taxes, hence their high price. However, it does work, and I recommend it highly. This drink, however, while it's only made up of 2 ingredients, it's very inexpensive. You can get slippery elm or psyllium husks at your local health food store. I live in Northern California, and they do sell psyllium husks in one of the major grocery stores out here, Safeway. But you can get psyllium husks, certainly Whole Foods would carry it, Trader Joe's might, I don't know, it depends upon your area, and I get people watching these videos from all over the world, so depending upon where your area is, if you don't have slippery elm, or specifically slippery elm powder, or psyllium husks available to you, you can certainly buy them online. So I'm going to show you how to make this drink though. Get an 8-ounce glass, 2 heaping tablespoons of psyllium husks, 1 tablespoon normal size of slippery elm. That's all you need. Now I'm going to pour in, this is grape juice, I'm going to pour in just a little bit here. Oh, you know what? That was a mistake. That was too much. But what you do then, you just mix it up. And that's the key to this. You simply pour in a little bit of juice, mix it up so that it becomes thick and gelatinous, and then when it becomes thick enough where the spoon will have its weight sustained by sticking it in the middle by the thickening liquid, like that, then you know that you're ready to move on. And I'm going to mix it up just a tad more. But the slippery elm psyllium husk combination, what it will do, it will absorb all the liquid. You can see there's no magic trick here. Okay. Once you do that, or have that, then just pour in a little bit more. This is an 8-ounce glass, and it's just basically a matter of degrees. It takes a lot less time doing it than it actually takes in explaining it, in other words, showing and telling. And I should be doing this a little bit more on screen. My apologies. Just mix it up, and you can see it's fairly mucilaginous or gelatinous, and So with that said, we're getting thicker and thicker. You can see that again, the spoon is sustained, just popping it in the middle because it's very thick and it's absorbing all the liquid quite nicely. That's what you want, because when it goes to the intestinal tract, it will pick up a lot of fecal matter. And again, I don't particularly like talking about the scatological, but it's something that must be talked about because our colon health, intestinal health, is an underappreciated, undervalued element. I probably put in too much liquid that time because now it's not going to soak up as much, but I will still mix it up. And you can see, yeah, see, it doesn't have the resistance that I should have. Actually, what I can do here, I'm going to do this. I'm going to add, well, another tablespoon. And you can do this, it's not a big deal. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Starting to absorb it nicely. And just mix and mix and mix. This is getting fairly thick now. Can you see that? Still not, well, it's got a certain degree of consistency. Just popped it, the spoon in the middle. Now I'm going to add the rest of the juice. This is good enough. And then we're done. Then you just drink. Alright. One final mixing repetition here. Now, while I'm finishing this off, let me mention the con, if you will, to this. See, it's sticking. There we go. The con to this drink is that it's not very tasty. It's quite honestly, it's fairly nasty. That's probably going to derail some of you from even trying it. Let me describe very specifically what I mean. What makes it nasty to drink is not the taste as much as it is the consistency. It's a very mucilaginous drink, okay, or very gelatinous, very thick. And that thickness, that consistency, some people have a problem with, myself included. I don't like drinking this, but it works great. And I always drink mine over a sink. The reason why I don't use just water, and you could just use just water if you so choose. I use fruit juice. It's pasteurized, admittedly, but that doesn't matter because as it's going through the intestinal tract, you know, obviously the pasteurized juice doesn't have as much nutritional value as pure, unpasteurized fruit juice or vegetable juice, but for the sake of taste and assimilability, I guess you could say, I'm willing to forego using real non-pasteurized, non-enzyme killed juice. Well, let me rephrase it. I'd rather use pasteurized than not. Put it that way. This is not tasty, but juice is better. I highly recommend just using fruit juice or any kind of favorite juice. Or I wouldn't recommend. You could use milk, but I think ideally, and I've experimented with this through the years, I would recommend just fruit juice over water. I've tried drinking it with water many times. Not good. Fruit juice is much better. It's a little tastier, makes it a little bit more palatable. That's what I'm trying to say. I apologize for being verbose. I'm going to go have my drink now. Again, I drink it over the sink because it's not pleasant to drink, because it's very thick. I personally don't like that consistency. It bothers me. The taste is not that bad. Slippery elm and psyllium husks are by nature very bland. They're not bad tasting, they're not good tasting, they're just bland. Somewhere in the middle, neutral in taste. That's it. This drink, though, while it's not fun to drink, it's very good for you. It will produce a very large movement. It will also, if you drink them back to back, in other words, drink two at a time, at one time. In other words, after I drink this glass, I'm going to make one more. Then I'll drink that, and that combined with the previous drink or consumed concoction will make a very good movement as it goes through the intestinal tract. So there you have it. Excuse me. Thank you for watching. I hope this has been valuable to you, and I'll see you again soon.